Hey guys, get ready with me. Okay, I haven't even started talking and I'm already crying. So I found out the reason that the guy I was talking to ghosted me. He is in fact talking to another girl. On the last night, when he was taking me out on dates and giving me flowers all the time, I would have never ever expected him to act like this. He seems like such a great guy from the outside, like, does everything right, says everything right. Nope, like I got fooled. I removed him on Snapchat, like I don't even know if he fucking noticed, so. I feel like a fucking clown like making this video, but just know if you're going through this, like, you're not alone. This happens to so many girls, and there's nothing that—
Let me get this straight. You are complaining because the man that you didn't even have a relationship with decided to ghost you and go see another woman. This is absolute comedy, guys. You have huge amounts of modern women who are essentially frustrated because men will not give them relationships. You did not have a relationship with the man in the first place. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And on today's episode, we are going to be covering some absolute comedy here today for you. We are going to be talking about modern women getting frustrated because dudes refuse to date them. But guys, today's episode is made by Matrix of Madness. Don't forget to go and check him out. I'm going to leave him linked in the pinned comment, so make sure you go and check out his channel. But just a quick segue, right? We're going to cover the woman in the intro in a moment, but we're going to cover this woman first. She says some pretty ludicrous things. I'm going to let her speak for herself, and maybe we can get a little bit of an understanding why dudes don't want to give women relationships in the first place. Let's take a listen.
If dating for love isn't working out for you, date for money. I'm being dead serious. My dating approach has been unbelievably pure for my entire life. Never cared about the financial status of the guy. Have dated people with less money than me. Have always gone 50-50 in relationships. Has never been financially taken care of by a guy. I just wanted to fall in love and have a genuine partnership and connection with someone.
Yeah, and now you've hit an age where you need the man to have money. You see, guys, the woman in the first clip, right, the blonde lady who's probably in her 20s, she's still screwing with the bad boys, right? She's still going for the guys who are really tall, really attractive, things like this. And of course, she can't get a relationship from these men. But what ends up happening is these women do this all the time, and then they hit 30, and then they want to start talking about, well, I want a man with finances. I want a man who's stable. I want a guy who's going to take care of me like the queen that I am. But the problem is, none of these women are queens. Absolutely not, right? 20 to 30 years old, hell, even 18 to 30 years of age, completely screwing around, getting with random guys, and then they get to 30 and they're like, wait a minute, I want a guy with money, right? We're going to cover the blonde lady after this, but let's continue.
I just wanted to fall in love and have a genuine partnership and connection with someone. And guess where that's gotten me? Used, taken advantage of, single. My ex, who I thought I was in love with at the time, we split everything 50-50, including rent. We lived together. That he was never gonna marry me. He was never gonna settle down with me. Every guy who I've had genuine feelings for has just hurt me.
And you see, this is the story that so many modern women will try and give you, right? If you take a listen to them, they'll say, oh yeah, all of the guys that I really liked, for whatever reason, they just treated me like crap. They just didn't put in any of the effort. And I really want to highlight something here to do with options, right? It's almost like the more options that people have, the more disposable they treat the people that they date, right? And so for women to complain about this is completely nonsensical, right? Because women are the ones who have way more options than the average guy in the first place. Hell, they even have more options than the chads that they're chasing too, right? They'll treat every single guy like a second-class citizen. They will ignore average men. They will treat them like trash, right? But then when it's their turn to not get treated very well, to be ignored, to not be taken out on dates like the princess you are, then they lose their marbles over it, right? Anytime they get any semblance of actual equality, mind you, They don't like it.
Settle down with me. Every guy who I've had genuine feelings for has just hurt me. I got to the point where I just stopped dating. I was like, men are just ruining my life. Until I realized, what if I just start thinking like a man? What if I just start getting what I need out of these relationships instead of worrying about the genuine love and connection that we share? You don't.
Okay, first of all, if we're going to go down this route and say that men are only using you, first of all, it takes two to tango. You don't have to hook up with these men. Nobody is forcing you to go to their bedrooms, right? Every girl will have this story of like, yeah, I was with this awful guy and blah. Nobody forced you to do this crap, okay? You're out here chasing attractive dudes and you regret it a lot of the times because you can't get them, right? That's the real annoyance that you have. If you had a great time with him and you chose to do that, the regret comes from, well, you feel scammed out of a relationship. But guess what? Men do not have to give you a relationship. This is not owed to you. This is not something men have to give you simply because we are men. We do not have to do this for you. Okay, so absolutely hilarious. Also, talking about getting what I need out of relationships, while we're on the subject, men don't care about your money. You know? Like, they really don't. They'll have some fun with you, sure, but hell, you wanted to have fun with them as well. So what's the problem, right? Dudes are not really out here looking at what's in your bank account, mind you.
Thinking like a man. What if I just start getting what I need out of these relationships instead of worrying about the genuine love and connection that we share? You don't get to choose if that's going to be there or not anyway. So if you stumble upon love, amazing. But if you don't, you're still getting something out of the deal. I don't know why it took me so long to figure this out, but if you are a lover girl that keeps getting burned, hey, what if you just got what you needed from men? How about that? How about you try that and let me know how it goes?
I mean, how about you get a job? How about that, rather than trying to leech off of a dude's finances? And I love how she positions herself here, guys, as, oh, she's just a hopeless romantic. Okay, when's the last time you got a dude flowers? You know, I don't want to hear this crap, man. People will always try and say, oh, women are the more romantic gender, right? Or the more romantic sex. Absolutely not. Like, when was the last time they did something romantic for a dude? Okay, when was the last time they did something romantic for a dude, excuse me, that they actually had a relationship with, right? Because they'll try and give Chad flowers. I'm sure some of them have probably tried that, but you know, they don't care about love and genuine connection, guys. I mean, they care about love and genuine connection, quote unquote, with the dudes who are like tall and jacked and make a lot of money. That's where the real connection comes in. A connection to his wallet, I think, is more accurate to say. So let's jump into the clip from this woman right here, who opens up her video by saying that she's crying, guys. She's upset. So let's take a listen.
Guys, get ready with me. Okay, I haven't even started talking and I'm already crying. So I found out the reason that the guy I was talking to ghosted me. He is in fact talking to another girl.
You know, we are, what are we, 5 seconds into the video here? 4 seconds? I don't know, something like that. And I am just not shocked at all. Wow, I figured out why this man ghosted me. It's because he was talking to another girl. You don't say. It's almost like when you choose the dudes who have a bunch of options, the men who are highly attractive, they're not just talking to you. Okay, of course they're talking to other women. I love how women will treat this as a shock, right? They will deliberately chase the men who have a ridiculous amount of options, right? The dudes who are highly attractive. I mean, we all know people like musicians also get a lot of women, right? Rap artists, things like this, people with clout, a lot of followers on the internet, whatever, right? Women know that these guys have options, right? They have like hundreds of thousands of followers. They make music, okay? But women will still chase these dudes anyway, and they'll chase the dudes with the status. They'll chase the dudes with the looks and everything. They won't get a relationship out of him because they can't. And then they're like, wow, what a shock. Other women want him as well. He's talking to other women. Yes, you don't have a relationship with him, but let's wind it back. Also, I didn't see any tears when she said she was crying. That's what happens in all of these videos.
The guy I was talking to ghosted me. He is in fact talking to another girl. Yesterday, the girl posted a picture to her Instagram story of them together. He didn't repost it, obviously, because he knows that I would see it, even though I saw.
I mean, he knows that you would see it, and he also knows that probably 50 other women that he's talking to as well would see it. I just don't think he gave a damn to post it to his Instagram story. You see, I think these women are overthinking this stuff. He probably didn't post it to his story because he probably didn't care, you know? And women will be like, yeah, he just didn't post it so that I didn't see it. If anything, you'd probably chase him harder if he posted it. That's the unfortunate reality, guys. You know, women will just end up what are you going to do? Stop talking to him because he's seeing another woman. Said no women ever.
Anyway, when I saw this picture, I literally was in shock. My heart sank so fast and I just started crying. And this was at 1 a.m. so I didn't go to sleep till literally 5 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. I had to take my ashwagandha last night. When he was taking me out on dates and giving me flowers all the time, I would have never ever expected him to act like this.
And here it is, right? I'm a helpless victim. I had no idea. He was so romantic with me, right? He took me out on dates. He got me flowers. Let me just say this, okay? If you do not have a relationship with the man, it does not mean crap. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is, okay? It's like these dudes who go out here and say, yeah, I've got like 5,000 female friends. It's like, okay, bro, nice for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, girls will be here, they'll sit on the internet and they'll brag about, like, for example, how many dudes talk to them. Nobody cares. You haven't actually gotten anything here. Like, if you show me a wedding ring and you've been married for 20, 30 years, then I'll be somewhat impressed. Okay, then I'll be like, wow, you know, that's actually something to show off. But these girls being like, yeah, here's the attention I get and all of this crap, you know, it's just nonsense, okay? Where's your relationship? At the end of the day, show me the relationship. Otherwise, I don't care. And also, let's see your Instagram DMs, by the way. Right? If we're frustrated at this dude for talking to other women, let's see what this woman's Instagram feed looks like. Let's see what her Instagram DMs look like. Guarantee you there's probably some bikini photos. There'll be questionable photos of herself on there. You know, there'll be a bunch of dudes in her DMs. I mean, she'll lie about the dudes in her DMs, but these girls will be like, shock, horror, he's talking to other women. Guys, I guarantee you, if we were to open up this woman's DMs, right, the amount of story replies and things that she would have, I mean, completely undateable. Let's run it back and continue.
Flowers all the time. I would have never ever expected him to act like this. He seems like such a great guy from the outside. Does everything right, says everything right. Nope, I got fooled.
I don't know. It's just interesting to me, right? How I don't think these people, a lot of them, I don't think they're genuinely stupid people. You know, you might say that and be like, Taylor, well, they're clearly stupid, right? I like to give them the benefit of the doubt, okay? But boy, do they act stupid, right? It's just so crazy to me how these women will always be like, I'm the victim. I was tricked. I was bamboozled. This is not a difficult thing to figure out, right? I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, especially, guys, it's really late at night here, right? I just got home from the gym, had a shower. I'm going to go to bed shortly, so I'm not firing on all cylinders, as it were. I'm very tired, but I wanted to get this video out for you guys, right? But even I understand that this is just complete nonsense, okay? You don't have anything. You have essentially nothing with this dude. And they will try and convince you that they're the victims, right? This is like a dude. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of those men on like Twitch, right? And on these streaming platforms. And they give all of their money to women that they've never even met. And then they complain when the woman like doesn't do something for them, right? It's like, can we please talk about why exactly you're giving money to women that you have never met in your entire life? It's the same thing for women like this, right? They give away intimacy to dudes that never have to commit to them, and then they sit there and they complain about it. Maybe have some self-respect and don't do that. But of course, guys, they can't resist. He's just such a good guy. And what does being a good guy mean in 2024? You know what being a good guy means? It essentially means you don't have to be a good guy at all. It just means be attractive and she will attribute good things to you. Okay? If you're an attractive guy, a lot of the crap you do will just be interpreted as good. Like, people will just interpret you as a good person. It's called the halo effect, right?
Such a great guy from the outside, like, does everything right, says everything right. Nope, like, I got fooled. I removed him on Snapchat. Like, I don't even know if he fucking noticed, so. I feel like a fucking clown, like, making this video, but just know if you're going through this, like, you're not alone. This happens to so many girls. And there's nothing that I could have done to have made this work.
I love this, you know, this line. There's nothing I could have done. How about we don't just screw with dudes who don't have a relationship with us in the first place? Also, I completely forgot about this, okay? So I was talking earlier about, like, let's see this woman's Instagram DMs. Let's see her Snapchat score. Now, guys, if you don't know what Snapchat score is, I don't blame you. Snapchat is an awful application. But Snapchat score is basically, as far as I understand it anyway, is just how many snaps or how many pictures to people you have sent, right? If you guys really don't know how Snapchat works, basically it's like you send a picture, you can put a caption on it through the camera on your phone, and then it will expire after someone opens the message, okay? And every time you send one of these, it goes towards your Snapchat score, right? So the more score you have, the more social, quote unquote, you are on these apps. I guarantee you this woman's Snapchat score is very damn high. And she wants to sit here and talk to us about loyalty and about men not taking her seriously. Let me ask you this. Why on earth would you take a woman seriously who's out here unironically using Snapchat? I cannot fathom it, man. Like, you know, you go to this woman's Snapchat profile, I guarantee you she has like 500,000 Snapchats or some crap. Like, you know, she'll be in like the hundreds of thousands. And you're sitting here talking to me about loyalty. Just stop it. Just stop it.
You're not alone. This happens to so many girls. There's nothing that I could have done to have made this work. Cannot wait to run into them in my apartment building next semester. Hi, like, we live 2 floors. Oh, fuck. Charlotte Tilbury. I'm so sad. Happened to my other one of this too. Oh my god. I'm not settling for someone that will disrespect me like this. I'm sorry. If he tries to text me or anything, it's a no. So, like, I'm gonna be so honest right now. It's 6 p.m. and I have not done anything with my day. All I've done is sit in my bed. And
I love how these women will get so obsessed with men that they don't even have a relationship with, right? Like, she will probably remember this for a good amount of time. She will still be attached to this guy. She says that she's not going to reply to him. I don't believe that at all. They always do reply to the guy. She'll probably hook up with him again at some point, right? She might be temporarily too frustrated to do it, too upset, but she'll eventually hook up with the guy again. I mean, this is a story as old as time. Hilarious stuff here. So, what did she say at the end? There was something else that was also funny.
And I have not done anything with my day. All I've done is sit in my bed. And
yeah, so this is what I was going to mention here, is that, you know, women will go through this situation, and make no mistake, this will happen to this woman a lot of times before she's 30. They go through this over and over and over. Point in case, actually, guys, I'm going to bring it back to this woman here who we haven't seen. Okay, if you guys think I'm full of crap and I'm lying, not this woman here, this one. Right, I want you guys to take a listen to this in case you think I'm full of crap, right? This will happen. These women will continue to do this as they get older and older. So I'm just going to play this and then I'll continue talking about what I mean.
0 talking stages left in me. I have no situationships left in me. None. I just want, like, my man. My man. Like, I just want, like, just, boop, we're there. Boop, my person. It's you.
Yeah, see, this is exactly what I mean. So you have this woman here who's approaching 30, if not 30 already. And she's saying, I'm done with the situationships, right? This keeps happening to me. It's this situationship after situationship. And this is what they continue to do. And then they get to their 30s, and then they look like this woman right here, who we played at the beginning. And then they're like, well, I want a man to provide for me now. I want somebody who's going to take care of me. Absolutely not. It is so incredibly disgusting. And they will be attached. Guys, make no mistake, okay? These men that they're complaining about, by the way, before we continue into the next clip, these men that they complain about, like, oh, he totally manipulated me and I was tricked and bamboozled. they will remember these men and they will still be attached to these men, right? So for any of you guys considering saving these women who are in their 30s, right, who are looking for a real good man now, just remember she's still going to be attached to all of the previous men that she has been with. We call it an alpha widow over here on this side of the internet. But let's continue into today's last clip, and then I am going to head to bed and hopefully forget about all of this nonsense. Let's take a listen. So this woman is telling us things that her situationship does that frustrate her, apparently. So let's take a listen.
That my situationship does to make sure that we stay in the situationship and do not progress. So we talk on the phone, do a video call, and when he wants to hang up, he says, okay, I have to go now, but I will call you in 10 minutes. And he doesn't. Or he says, okay, I will call you in an hour. And he doesn't. Or he says, okay, I will call you this evening. And he doesn't. Or he says, I'll call you tomorrow. And he doesn't.
Have you guys ever noticed how modern women will sit there and they will pick a problem that they say highly agitates them, right? Like, oh, I just hate when men do X, and I hate when a man doesn't do this, okay? And then if you sit there and you talk to them about how their dating life is going, what kinds of men that they've dated in the past, they will always, without question, you know, they will sit there and they will tell you, yeah, all of the men that I've dated have done this exact same thing that I don't like, right? All of my exes have cheated on me. All of my exes have never called me back, right? They've treated me like an option, blah, 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 right? The list goes on and on. They'll pick things to complain about. And yet, you know, you might sit there and you might think to yourself, well, why did you date him in the first place? And that's the question, isn't it, guys? Why, if all of this is so annoying, and hell, this guy that this woman's talking about right here isn't even giving her a relationship, just complaining about not talking on the phone and things like this. Okay, leave then. But they never do, right? No accountability whatsoever. Just stay with the guy, maybe get frustrated, don't talk to him for a couple of months, but inevitably DM him again, and the cycle continues.
When I move on with my life and be like, okay, it's not going anywhere, I have to move on, he comes back and he says, you want to visit my city? I'm like, I don't know, do you want me to? He's like, yeah, I can get you a flight ticket. And he gets me the flight ticket and he makes me visit his continent. And then he makes me meet kind of his friends, including his sister, his friend's sister. One of his female friends tell me, I've never seen him with a girl before. I'm so happy for him. He's such a nice guy. I'm happy that he's happy with a girl. And I'm like, oh my god, is it going somewhere? He says, you're starting to take things too seriously. Do we have to have a conversation? And then I'm like, nope. No, we don't. Message is clear. Loud and clear. Message received.
This is hilarious to me, man. So this woman is chasing a dude, probably in her Instagram DMs, who flies her out to his country. Like, isn't it weird, guys? It's just magically... Oh, that was very interesting, by the way, what she said. I was going to mention this earlier. She said that he forced her to come to his country. No, he didn't. How he bought you the plane ticket? If you didn't want to come, you could have said no at any point in time. But you see, guys, these girls are getting frustrated. They are getting pissed, right? Because dudes won't date them. I guarantee you she was ecstatic when the dude offered to pay for her plane ticket to come on over. She goes over there, hooks up with him some more. And I just love the choice of language, right? It's a very serious choice of language. I want to point that out. This is how dudes end up with court cases on their hands, okay? Because you have women like this who cannot get a relationship out of a man. They get frustrated. Then they say that they regret it. And then they say that the man forced her to do something. Right? And then all of a sudden it's a very slippery slope, and then the dude's in a courtroom and things like this. And you wonder why dudes don't want to date you in the first place. They don't want to take you seriously because you're crazy. You are absolutely crazy. This woman's trying to say that a man forced her to come and visit him via plane. Absolutely not. So let's continue.
Sister, one of his female friends tell me, I've never seen him with a girl before. I'm so happy for him. He's such a nice guy. I'm happy that he's happy with a girl. And I'm like, oh my god, is it going somewhere? He says, you're starting to take things too seriously. Do we have to have a conversation? And then I'm like, nope. No, we don't. Message is clear, loud and clear. Message received. And then I move on with my life, and then he sensed that I'm moving on. So he's like, I'm visiting your city. I'm like, okay, you can. He's like, oh, your birthday is coming. I should visit on your birthday week. That's what caring people do. Also, what do you want as a gift? I'm like, okay, I guess it's starting to get better. I'm like, oh, very nice of you. Okay, what would you like to do? Oh, okay, yeah, we can go there. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah. And then I ask him, will you meet with my friends? Because I met like 10 of your friends and your sister and stuff. Like, would you like to meet mine? And he's like, no way.
Yeah, see, this guy, he knows what he's doing. Guys, see, here's the thing. Let me just explain this, right? If a woman is mad because she can't get a relationship out of you, it is always a terrible idea to meet her friends, because her friends will dislike you so damn much, right? You're going to go there, and let me tell you, you are going to regret meeting her friends. And this guy, he already knows this. He understands that, oh, hell no. So she doesn't understand why he won't meet her friends. But notice how she still meets up with him, right? Man won't get a relationship. He's in another country. He's seeing other women, etc., etc. And yet she still decides to go ahead and meet up with him, it seems. Isn't this hilarious? It's almost like when men are attractive, when men have resources, women will complain, but then they will still chase them anyway. And then the dude will be like seeing other women, and then you'll have these women try and convince you that they're the victims. Shock Pikachu face, right? The dude who has a lot of money, who's handsome, is seeing other women. Crazy. I didn't have a relationship with him, but I'm so mad about it.
The reason unknown. And then I'm like, but it's not fair because I met your friends and you haven't met mine. And he says, well, I can meet one of your friends if she's cute. And I'm like, okay, never mind. Oh, and then turns out he's not coming to my city. He was just bluffing. And then I'd be like, okay, I should move on. I should move on. And I move on with my life for like months. And then he's like, do you want to come to my city? And I'm like, He's like, or do you want to go somewhere, like for a vacation? I'm like, oh, okay, like that could be nice. And after, he's too busy with work and he can't. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, what my situationship does to ensure that we stay in an uncommitted situationship.
Wow, he sounds like such a terrible man, flying you out to his city, offering you vacations and such. You know, I'm just wondering how you got through this absolutely terrible ordeal. You see, no matter if the man is buying you plane tickets, no matter if the man is doing all this crap for you, you will still try and make it seem like you're the victim. Nobody is forcing you to go on these planes. Nobody is forcing you to go on these vacations. Nobody is forcing you to meet up with the man or meet his friends or any of this nonsense. But you do, because he has money and because he's probably attractive, and you hope one day you can get a relationship out of him. Just like this woman here, you are completely and utterly clueless. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. My brain hurts. I am going to bed after I end this recording. Make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments. And guys, don't forget to check out Matrix of Madness for sending in this crap for us to take a look at. And as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.